The President's Interfaith and Community Service Campus Challenge was an initiative by the White House and President Obama in which they're seeking to utilize institutions of higher education, both public and private, in order to bring about a greater sense of responsibility in terms of community service, as well as to encourage diversity regarding interfaith alliances to promote community service. There was an article that appeared in the Chronicle of Higher Education announcing the initiative, and actually a couple of colleagues at Gardner-Webb University sent that announcement or that article to me. And then we also saw a press release from the Council on Christian Colleges and Universities where they were supporting and endorsing the plan, particularly as an opportunity for Christian colleges and universities to take the lead in helping communities face challenges and encouraging service to bring about the solutions to those challenges. Faith, service, and leadership is not just something that we like to put on a logo or on an advertisement. It's something that is instilled and embedded in the life of this university. Even to be able to go through the process and to have the proposal scrutinized by the White House and then to be selected and invited to be a part of this, I think is a great accomplishment for Gardner-Webb. I think any time that you're able to go to a meeting on such a level as this at the White House with institutions who have been selected and scrutinized based on the proposal that they've submitted, rubbing elbows and shoulders with colleagues from other institutions, I think that it may give us an opportunity to get our name out there and for people to see Gardner-Webb on a more national scale, but also for us to gain ideas from other universities to see what may be working there and to bring the best of those back so that we can make the education that we provide our students a better one. The template for the proposal called for a domestic initiative as well as an educational initiative. And for the domestic initiative, we have chosen to continue our partnership and to expand our partnership with the Greater Cleveland County Potato Project. Gardner-Webb institutionally has probably been the biggest partner that they've had in that project, which provides food for people who really need it. And from students, faculty, and staff, we've been very involved in that, and we hope to increase our participation and our involvement in that. But then a newer initiative, a newer project would be with the Interfaith Alliance, which is also the Cleveland County Homeless Coalition. And for a few years in Cleveland County's history, the women's shelter actually ran both the women's shelter and the men's shelter. Actually, it was the Abuse Prevention Council that ran both of those shelters. And but they saw the need to go back to their original mission, and that's when a group of churches from various denominations came together to continue the work of the men's shelter. And institutionally, while we've had some students to volunteer here and there, and faculty and staff members who were part of churches that had been involved in that, institutionally we had never had a concerted effort to be a part of that. And so we saw this as a perfect opportunity for us to come alongside other churches, other denominations, and to reach out to the homeless in the area. And that can involve everything from helping cover the office during times when they need more office coverage, to actually going there and serving meals or conducting a food drive, or possibly they have a list of supplies that they're needed that we might can do. We've actually talked about doing that on Family Weekend and encouraging parents of students to get involved and to bring us a supply, an item that's on the supply list for that. And then the educational initiative is something that Gardner-Webb is extremely excited about, and that's our involvement with Rachel's Challenge. Rachel Scott was the first person that was killed in the Columbine shooting in Colorado, and through her journals and just through stories that her parents heard about her life and the impact that it made, caused them to start Rachel's Challenge. And the whole principle behind Rachel's Challenge deals with acts of kindness and just reaching out to people, particularly those that might be isolated or those that other people have sort of had a tendency to look down upon. And bullying is very present in both public and private middle schools and high schools. And Gardner-Webb University has always had a history. As a matter of fact, one of our value statements is respecting the dignity and worth of every human being. And it was just a natural fit for Gardner-Webb to partner with Rachel's Challenge to try to help get this message out to area and regional high schools in particular, and then to help train our students to be able to provide leadership to schools who would like to start Friends of Rachel's Club on their campus. So those are the two main initiatives of this proposal. I look back at the fact that we have recently been chosen for 4 years running now for the President's Honor Roll for institutions that are involved in community engagement. The recent classification that the Carnegie Commission has recognized Gardner-Webb regarding our community service, the North American Mission Board receiving the Courts Redford Award for being in the top 10 institutions in the United States for mobilizing students for missions. Those are just things that stick out to me that gives evidence of the fact that this is who this institution is. This is not just a proposal that they've thrown together. This is at the heart of this institution, and this is the type of institution that I would think the government, the White House would want to be involved, would want taking the lead. And the fact that we can show that you don't have to be in a major metropolitan area to make an impact on your community, I think that says volumes, because there are institutions out there like Gardner-Webb that are strategically located within several metropolitan areas, but in terms of the actual physical main campus is in a more rural area, yet the need is extremely great because the economy has affected everyone across America regardless of where they live. And the fact that Gardner-Webb has chosen to be a good community citizen, and we take community in its broadest sense of the term, local, state, nationally, and then worldwide. And I think this is an opportunity for other people to see that, and also to recognize that even though that this is an interfaith campus challenge regarding community service, that we can work alongside people that are from different faiths than the Christian faith without compromising our beliefs as a Christian university, but at the same time to recognize that we can have common goals in terms of helping those in our community without that being a compromise of our personal Christian faith.